At breakfast, our 6-year-old son lifted his head from a cereal bowl and said, "Mom was crying in a strange man's car last night." The spoon slipped from my hand. Milk dripped back into the bowl, rippling through the flakes. Across the table, Emily went motionless. Her fingers trembled slightly as she set her mug down. That tiny movement cracked something open inside me. I didn't ask questions. Not because I didn't want to hear the answers, but because I already knew them. "Oh, sweetheart," Emily said, her smile tight and her voice careful. "You must have had a dream." "No," our son said plainly. "I woke up and saw you through the window. You were in a silver car. You were crying. The man touched your face." Emily's eyes flicked to mine. Half a second, but enough to tell me everything. Her mask slipped. "It's okay," I said evenly, forcing calm into my voice. "Finish your breakfast, buddy. We'll talk later." He nodded and went back to eating, humming like he hadn't just set fire to the room. Emily stood, her chair scraping against the floor. "I should get ready for work," she said, her voice thin and unsteady. As she walked upstairs, her shoulders were rigid, like she was holding herself together by sheer will. The air felt thick. Burnt toast, coffee, and something else, something sour and heavy, like Gil had a smell. I sat there for a long time, listening to our son flip the pages of his coloring book. My heart beat slow but hard, each thud echoing through my ribs. When Emily came back down, she looked perfect. Hair pinned up, makeup precise, clothes immaculate. To anyone else, she'd seem fine. But I saw the faint redness around her eyes, the slight puffiness that makeup couldn't hide. She kissed our son's head. "Bye, love," she said softly, then turned to me. "I'll be home late, meeting a client about the new proposal." I gave her a polite smile, the kind that hides more than it shows. "Of course." She froze for a heartbeat, searching my face for suspicion, forgiveness, something. I gave her nothing. When the door clicked shut, the silence felt louder than before. For weeks, there had been signs I'd ignored. Late nights, quieter laughter, her phone always face down. The faint scent of cologne that wasn't mine. I told myself marriage had seasons, that she was just tired, that maybe I was the one who'd grown distant. But hearing it from our son, so innocent, so sure, shattered the last of my denial. That night, I didn't confront her. I waited, sat on the couch pretending to watch TV while the clock counted every second that passed between us. At 10:30, a message lit up my phone. "Meeting's running late. Don't wait up." I typed back, "Okay." 15 minutes later, I was in my car. The streets were empty, the city hushed under amber streetlights. I drove to her office building downtown. Her car wasn't there. I told myself I'd only check, not follow. But when I opened the old location-sharing app we'd once used for safety, I saw her dot across town near a small hotel. My chest went cold. The hotel's neon sign flickered weakly when I pulled into the lot. Her car sat near the entrance, clean, familiar, undeniable. For a long time, I just gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. Memories hit me in waves. The way she laughed, the way we used to talk about the future, the vows we'd whispered in the dark. I wonder when those promises had started to expire. I didn't go inside. I didn't need to. Proof wouldn't dull the pain. It would only brand it deeper. When I got home, our son was asleep, curled up and peaceful. I stood at his doorway, watching him breathe, feeling something break and reshape inside me. The next morning, she came home early. Her surprise at seeing me awake was almost convincing. "Couldn't sleep?" she asked lightly. "Not really," I said. "You." Long night. Client meeting ran late. I nodded. "The one with the silver car?" Color drained from her face. I watched her lips part, ready to build a lie. "What are you talking about?" she managed. "Our son saw you," I said quietly. "He saw everything." Her hands began to shake. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" Her eyes filled with tears. "I made a mistake. I didn't mean for it to happen." For a moment, I almost believed her. But then I remembered the calm way she'd kissed our son goodbye that morning, pretending everything was normal. "Who is he?" I asked, It doesn't matter. It matters to me. A pause. Then, barely audible, someone from work. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I just looked at her, feeling the distance stretch wider and wider until there was nothing left to bridge. I can't do this, I said. Not for me. Not for him. She reached out, but I stepped back. You lied to both of us, I said. You brought this into our home. Tears streamed down her face. Please. I'll fix it. I'll end it. But some things don't mend. They change shape. Trust, once shattered, turns sharp and invisible, cutting long after the bleeding stops. When she moved out, the house fell quiet. Our son would ask, "When's Mom coming home?" And I'd say, "She just needs a little time." He'd nod, not understanding the weight in those words. One night, as we were putting dishes away, he looked up and asked, "Dad, are you sad because Mom cried in that car?" I froze, then knelt beside him. "Yeah, buddy," I said softly. "I was sad. Because she did something bad?" "Sometimes people cry because they did something wrong," I said. "And sometimes other people cry because they trusted them." He thought for a moment. "But you're not crying now." "No," I said. "Not anymore." He smiled, small, pure, and full of something like hope. And that's when I understood. I didn't need to know why she did it. I just needed to stop waiting for a reason that would never heal anything. That night, after I tucked him in, I sat in the dark living room. The pain was still there, but underneath it, something steadier was taking root. Peace. And for the first time in a long while, I didn't feel like I'd lost everything. I felt like I'd begun again.